Why is it doubted one of the most treasured sites in Christianity?
There's a new data study that says that maybe proof for an unknown universe. UFO in the form of a bright light is descending over the dome of the rock of Jerusalem.
All right. Welcome to GUFON tonight. It is Monday, November 4th, 2024, the year of our Lord. How is everybody? It is the Monday before the Tuesday, before the beginning of a wonderful 4 years or the beginning of a horrible 4 years. Or as some are saying, the end of the United States of Numerica. But what does that mean for us? Huh? What does it mean for the UFO people? That's all we care about. I tell you, that's about it. What? Don't show the results yet. No, that's it right there. They know. They know. Nobody cares. Whoa, stop showing it. I don't think anybody cares. President, post-president, pre-president, vice president, president of operations, president of Kmart. Nobody cares about aliens. However, who is the UFO disclosure president anyway for she's and G's? I think I am. Oh, well, that sounded like a bad impression of that guy who does Trump from Saturday Night Live. Yeah, I won't be doing that anymore. Yeah, it is going to be, well, either way. If Trump wins, he loses. If he loses, they win. But what does it mean to ufology? Who's the better prez to get that full disc? We know who wants that, the job, and I can tell you it's not who you think it is. You know, I'm going to itch myself to get. I don't know why. Every time I sit down in this chair to do the show, I get the shimbabis. And I get the itchy richies. But we're going to talk about who is that president? And why? We could have that discussion done in 32 seconds. Less. Don't worry, we will. Now I feel a little discombobulated. Something's a tad askew. What else we doing? Well, if you've seen the thumbnail, it is so stoop how people are nowadays. No. Yeah, it's gotten to the point that people have they're affecting me. They're retarded. We have more socially inept people in public, and I think that they are at the IQ of 65 or lower, and I'm not joking at all. I'm not joking. It's bad. All different colors, races, and creeds, all ages, all genders. Stupid. I blame yourself, for being that gullible to fall for the stupid stuff, not to put the work in and to realize what the truth really is. I don't know, but I think it all starts at home, don't you? Don't look at yourself. Look at your parents. They're the ones you blame. You're all right, you. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't ask to be here. That's my excuse. Would you rather we didn't have you? Yes. Yes. I could have been a lion or something. Or maybe, live the dream of Lou Gehrig. I don't know, a Rich Giordano. What the hell? What the You might as well give me a nobody name. Well, Giordano Bruno was a great... shut the front door. They put him in jail. Well, that you kind of do this. You speak up against the government just like Giordano. Shut the... Well, I'm comparing just like you. Who's here tonight? Who's got the same problems I do? Put the blame on them. It's not your fault you're the way you are. How old are you? 55? You've had time to adjust. You don't even realize you're the way you are until you hit 45. Then you go, oh, I'm that way? And everybody goes, yeah, you're that way. And you're like, oh, I didn't know. We've been telling you. No, you haven't. We've been scared to tell you. Well, that's a different story then. Okay, you've been scared to tell me, then you didn't tell me. We tried, but you didn't. I've had that conversation in my head a lot. Who's this? The angel of GUFON, first person that it went to. You used to get that all the time. Welcome to the show, Angel. Jeanette. Sky Allen, welcome to the show. Well, yeah, pretty much an angel as well, I guess. I don't know. You want to put that stip on there if you want. I wouldn't. I can't. Only have one. Sorry. You could be a good demon. No. Welcome to the show. David Wilcox, not Wilcock. Welcome to the show. Speaking of, scary, haunting, the epitome of fear, Marcel, Gufonian Metal Head. Welcome to the show. You thought I was talking about David Wilcox, not Wilcox, but I was. It was the old switcherooski, never dooski. Gyro. Yep, that's you. To the show. Mr. Leadfoot, Rich. Hey, man. You know what I love? Saying my own name out loud. It's fun. Rich. I mean, not in a romantic type of fashion, but it's weird. When you first said your name, didn't it sound weird? You remember? When was that? 5 years old? 5th grade. My name is Rich. What? My name is Rich Giordano. What? Rich Giordano. What's his last name? Gordiano? I hated growing up with that name. I wanted to change my name to Smith, Jones, or Johnson, or Economopoulos, because I really thought Christine Economopoulos had a really nice name. Economopoulos. 5 syllables, I think it was. Nobody made fun of Christine Economopoulos. Apostate plus tax. Welcome to the show. There's a name. Here's another. Thor Panku. You don't forget the Panku. Now, you'd think pancreatic this and your pancreas gland secretion, but not in this. When I see Thor Panku, I think of the highest mountains that only God visits. You like that, Thor? See what I did there? I made it a beautiful thing. You thought I was going to go down in the dungeon, and I didn't. Welcome to the show. Kelly Lewis, the EW, is here. Welcome to the show. Yeah, tonight's just not one of those name nights for you, I guess. We've done it a lot. I can't think of it. When it comes, it comes. That's how it works with this genetic defect. All right, let's start the show officially, as they say in Canada. Officially. Oh, Canada. As we prepare in the United States for the last night of, I can't believe this is the last night of my life, because tomorrow night, after we do the show here, I'm going to go over at 10 p.m. Eastern to Rich Saves America, because it's now the political channel of choice. We're going to go over there, and we're going to do what we did the last election and the one before that. I don't remember how many there were. What, 6, 7 we've done? We're going to go and do the election live. We're going to stay till midnight, maybe 1 o'clock like we did. And we found out Trump lost. They robbed him, remember? I said, oh my God, I knew it. I said I go, here comes that blue wave that Pelosi was talking about. And this is why we don't talk about it here, because it's political. Can't talk about political stuff in a UFO channel. So we're doing it over there, and you know the whole shebang and how it was stolen. I believe it was. But, you know, who am I? Oh, yeah, everybody, even if you're a Democrat, you don't care if it was stolen as long as he didn't win. And I tell you what, you want him to win because it'll save the freaking country from falling into further annihilation from the inside out. This is awful what we're going through. Really, it's bad. I mean, when I say bad, you know, Bones. You can see it, Bones. And I don't know where I put this comment out, but I said, I think it was on YouTube post, just so we can get out of it, you know, just get him in and out. It's the last time you ever have to see him for 4 years, right? It's it. Just give the 4 years. Let's get the country back in shape, have it stand upright again. And then after that, I don't know who will be the next president. Trump Jr., you know, maybe Barron. But either way, we're in a lot of trouble if we don't win. I say we, I mean Trump's supporters. Yeah, and I do like him. Sorry. I don't believe he's everything people say he is. I see things with my own eyes and make my own decisions. And deep down, I know Democrats see the same exact things we see. It's just they have enough ammo with all of the fake news and the faux, bringing him to jail, the 34 counts of this and that, and he's a felon. We all know they're trumped up charges and all this bullshit. They did it to get him out of the situation that he's in now, the situation to be president of the United States. Why wouldn't they want somebody in the White House that could actually do a decent job? We've seen the evidence. We've seen the proof. Why? Why ruin the country because you don't like somebody? What planet are we? When did adults regress back to children? Because that's what I see. I could care less about your gender. I could care less about all the stuff that's allegedly woke. We call woke by accident. We don't know what woke means, but we say it and we put it to the people that complain or Karenize everything. It's just gotten to the point where everybody's angry. Everybody's mad. When I go out in public and do those silly little audits, I noticed something. I noticed the younger crowd, 25 and under, I'm guessing, they're pretty open-minded. Sure, they think it's odd and strange, but they man, live, let live. It's almost as if a couple of generations down the road, 25 years, we're going to be okay. I think I sense that they seem smarter than, is it Gen, I don't know what the hell was before that, Gen Silly, but whatever, you know, that created all the nonsense we got to see and hear on mainstream fake news and all that. And I noticed that older people are extremely scared. Very, very scared. 70 and older, 65 and older maybe. They don't even want to look at anything. And then you got the people who are 30 to about 55, our age, 60-ish, 55, 60. And it is the most mixed up, crazy bunch of freaking groups of people from 30 to 60 Literally, the whole country is split down the middle. It is unbelievable. And when I'm out there and these people, you could see it in their eyes. You can see it. And when I talk to them, they just wish there was a better way. Why do you have to do it here? Invading my privacy. Everybody's paranoid. Everybody said we're still living on the see something, say something world, which is the worst thing. It's terrible. People call the cops over nothing. And and the reason it is that way because the country runs kind of in unison with the president, right? In the 80s, what was it? We had Bill Clinton, we had Reagan. I mean, look at how great those times were. And, then 2001 happened and everything kind of got a little crazy for a while. And ever since then, I feel since 2001, the United States has taken a step backwards in freedoms and, well, anything that you want to keep private. They want to get in your business. They want to know every single thing about you. But when you want to know about them, they close the doors on you. And we're seeing that. Of course, we're going to see it in ufology, and we see it in everything that has a lot of truth to it. That for whatever reason, the government either can make money from, back engineer weapons from, become better from whatever it is they're keeping from the public and our adversaries. Basically, everything is for the safety and national security of the United States of Numerica. We're living in a new America. I call it Numerica. It's weird. People are on edge. A good false flag alien invasion is what we need. And God, I really want that to happen. See my head shake no? Why'd I do that subconsciously? I really do want it to happen though, but I shook my head no. Oh, there goes that theory. See, body language doesn't work all the time. You got to know your subject. I know me. And I'm shaking my head in disgust about what I'm talking about, that we would have to go to that extreme, a false flag alien invasion, to bring together the world. I feel like all four corners of this planet, for lack of a better term, are in turmoil. And I feel not only because of the false flag, no, I'm just teasing, not only because of the threats of World War III, but the seriousness of the World War III talk that has been going on the last couple of years. Now, it has gotten out of control. Yeah, everybody's talking about World War III. We're on the cusp of it. See, and that would be the worst thing to happen to the world. If that happened. The worst. And we're halfway there. We're halfway there. Halfway. It's not going to take much for a world. I don't know who it was. Yes, I remember now, but I'm not going to say who it was. You wouldn't know this person anyway. But I got an email from somebody who says, the first thing, he said something that, now I forgot. It was on the tip of my tongue. Well, in one video I had, one guy says you need to arm up and wait. Arm up and wait? Are we talking aliens here, but are we talking adversaries? And are they coming into the country here? Are they going to be ground troops? Because that would be totally Red Dawn bullshit right there. Can you imagine if Russia or China or whoever tried parachuting in on our land and try to, with their tanks and parachute those in? They could. They could easily do it. Hey, here's a little FYI. China has as many people in their army as we do people in the United States. 330 million people are in the China army. Well, they have to be. Yeah, I think it's just the guys. But anyway, so imagine if they just sent 30,000 troops and spread them out. 30,000 troops is 30,000 people, soldiers. Let's just push it to 100,000. 100,000 is nothing to 330 million. If we had over 100,000 of China troops go along the coast, the east, the west coast, they'll get in. We don't have enough to stop them. I mean, do we? Do we? I mean, I guess we could, we'll sense that they're coming from all directions, but we just don't have what it takes to back up anymore. All we have is the arsenal of nukes. Didn't we run out of bullets 4 years ago? Ran out of ammo. Yeah, well. So not only am I talking about military aspects, foreign aspects, what have we seen Kamala do? I don't care if I say her name wrong either. I don't know how you say it. Kamala, camel toe, whatever. She couldn't close the border. She didn't do anything with the border until now. Doesn't matter. It's too little too late. She was supposed to be the border czar, right? None of that stuff happened. She didn't do anything. Go to the border? Remember in the interview? Have you been to the border? Have I been to Europe? What kind of question is this? Remember that? Weirdo. What a weird, bizarre, insane world we're living in at this moment. It is absolutely so insane to me. If I had children, I would have sent them to prepper school and so they could figure out how to live on the land when the time comes to arm up and wait. I mean, I'm serious. I'm a little worried that, okay, if Trump wins, what are they going to do? Loot, rob, steal, pillage, plunder, rape? Oh, they're already doing that. That whole inclusion, to take down all those nice stores and malls. Yeah, well, they got a good head start a couple of years ago. Man, I'm telling you. And if Trump loses, will there be they stole it again type of thing and a real insurrection of sorts? Civil war is at our front door. For the first time in my life, I feel civil war is a real thing and can happen. And I'm not even watching Alex Jones shows or any of those shows. That I haven't been feeling so well the last few days, so I'm not up to speed, even in the last week. It's just I know. I see little shorts here and there. You can tell what's going on in the world. Anyway, if Trump becomes president, we have a much better chance. It won't happen, but we have a much better chance for full disclosure. It won't happen. And if Kamala wins, which I think she will, sorry to say, it's rigged. If she wins, which she will, because it's rigged. It's rigged. Deja vu. I don't know. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. We won't have disclosure. If she gets in, which she will, There's no chance. I'm not even giving her a half a percent. With Trump, there's a 1% chance. Much better than hers. Still, it ain't going to happen. So it's kind of funny. You know, I see a lot of people out there on X and other media places, Rumble and whatnot. A lot of people feel that Trump is literally going to bring in disclosure. It's crazy to me. And I don't know where they're getting this information from, but one can only imagine. It's got to be them listening to the Corbell wheel that is clicking with what they want for news. It's in the wheelhouse, for lack of a better term, for news stories that they want to use. What's today? The 4th? Wait, when is the when is the 13th? The right? The next congressional hearing or whatever they're calling it, subcommittee, the 13th of November, right? So in 7 days it'll be the 11th. So it's next Wednesday. Okay. There was something else that was happening that we need to talk about. I have it somewhere. Just give me a moment. Today was just another detached from reality day. It's weird. I thought today was a kind of like a holiday. There was no traffic on the roads. Lou Elizondo, we've already talked about that. Waiting for the debunkers on Carl Nell and Christopher Mellon. Legit crickets. Nobody cares. Waiting for them to do what? For what? The new arrow? Is that what the big deal is with these guys? Here, Carl Nell.
So from a first principles, life is more than likely common, and we know that Einstein's equations support effective faster than light travel. That's the first principles argument. The second is the testimonial. Perhaps there are people out there that may know more than some of us might know, including people that have been in the intelligence community, such as myself. So we can look at several presidents, Barack Obama, President Trump. They both said UAP are real. We can look at, as was mentioned earlier, Chris Mellon, Dave Grush, Lou Elizondo have said non-human intelligence is real. We can look at Lord of the Fleet, Lord Hill Norton, a chief of the defense staff in the United Kingdom in past years, have said UFOs are real. We can look at the first Earl Mountbatten of Burma in the United Kingdom again, that have said UFOs are real. We can look at the chief of the Canadian Defense Ministry, Paul Hellyer, who have said non-human intelligence is real. We can.
Hey, do you kind of feel what I feel? In your mind, are you going, so tell us something we don't know, right? He's not telling us anything new.
You can look at Haim Eshed, who is...
And all of the people, Ahmad Eshed, Christopher Mellon, and so on, all of these people are in the Fantasyland disinformation group of people. And they're all tied with Lou. They're all tied to each other one way or another. Gary Nolan, Travis Taylor, to add a few more in there. Yeah, it's true, guys. All of the people we see in mainstream media have been lying to us so badly.
The Israelis, father of their space program.
Well, how do I know? How do I know? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I haven't seen any proof of anything they said. Yeah, that's all. Just that, a little thing, documents, corroborating whistleblower evidence, firsthand, not third hand on a whoo-hoo, what did I hear in through the closet door type of thing. No. Give me firsthand account, give me video evidence, and give me somebody I believe. You give me Cracker Jacks and prizes with people who look like they have no business being in this field. When you ask them something, they dance around the answer. They give you an answer, but it's a rehearsed one and it isn't even real. This is exactly the problem. This guy, this is all disinformation. It's all fake. It means nothing. It means nothing. Hey, Rich, what? What do you think? They're going to just give you the evidence to make you happy? No, not just me. I think a little evidence can go a very, very long way. Even with our adversaries. You can show evidence without giving up national security concerns. You know? What I think they're afraid to do, it's one of two things. Either they're afraid to admit officially that we definitely have alien technology, which could spark China or Russia to try to get in here as spies and freaking steal that shit within who knows however long it takes. They play the long game. But America's hip to that. And the other thing is, you got to, if you say it and, you know, you admit it, well, now you open up Pandora's box and the world's got to know everything, which they can't do. And that is the big problem we have with disclosure. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So they don't, because that's the lesser of the damned. Sad. It's sad. But what we hear from all of these, even though they're fantasy land people, everybody says the same thing anyway, which we already know. UFOs are real. Nobody's saying aliens are real. Aliens are real, not UFOs. We know. We see them. Everybody does.
Who has said non-human intelligence is real. All these people and more
Hey, there we go.
be in a position to know. Then we can look at the evidence, the data. You've seen the videos, the floor video, the gimbal, the go fast.
It's the FLIR video, the floor. Oh my God. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Stupid. Or am I wrong? Am I wrong?
A lot of people probably don't know Gordon Cooper, one of America's 7 Mercury astronauts, chased UFOs over West Germany in 1951. He testified to that fact before the United Nations.
Oh my God, guys. When you have to go back 70 years to give us some proof. Hey, you know, remember Gordon Cooper, kids? Who the fuck is Gordon Cooper? Was he a rock star? No, that's Alice Cooper. Oh, shit. Pooper Scooper? Nah, that's a dog recyclable pooper thingy. Yeah, who's going to know? Yeah, I don't know if you know, but a guy named Gordon Cooper chased these things in space. Oh, did he? Where is he? He died 25 years ago. Oh, Jesus Christ, that sucks.
1978, analogous to the David Fravor Tic Tac incident.
Oh, hey, another one, another whistleblower who can't prove shit, who basically heard everything he knows. Hey, what? Nah, just seeing if you could hear me. Hey, what? Hey, you didn't hear me before. Ha ha. So we could have inconsistent information from a whistleblower who heard everything.
We can look at the
Ah, that was it. This guy was on a roll. Carl Nell. Pouring out the bullshit. Pour some bullshit on me. Just one more time. Mac, mac. Bye-bye. Nay, Marge. Oh, what a bunch of dummies. Dummies. Me, I'm a dummy. I want to believe so badly. So bad. So bad. That I listen to everything everybody says with bated breath, is it? Is that when I should say that? What is this? I think we already talked about that. You know, remember Barbary Castle? the crop circle UFO video, 1999. The Insta circle, it just appeared during some sort of newscast, right? Like, that's why it's such an amazing UFO crop circle report, because it was done during a news take. I don't buy it. I think it's a fake. And a lot of people say, yes, but that technology was still kind of in the infantile stage. Infantile stage or not. Could it have been done? Well, yeah, but it would have taken... Yes or no? Well, yeah. But it would have taken a long time. Who cares how long it takes? Who cares how much it cost? There's somebody out there who created a crop circle video with new to the world CGI technology and got away with it. And it has become the most famous crop circle video of all time. And it's a fake. And the reason I know, because it looks fake. Well, how would you know? No, look, I don't know. All right. But there hasn't been another video like it because nobody wants to take the chance because it looks fake. And then what it'll do, it'll make this one even look faker or more fake. That's why there hasn't been another one of these. Maybe you're wrong. Maybe I am. Prove it. Till then, I don't buy it. Watch. Hey, Ed, do you see the crop circle here? A couple of dots out in the field. Look at this. You see this shit? Holy crap. Hey, Ed, look at it. Get your camera over here. Look, watch. Wait. What? What's it doing? It's going out over the field. Eh? It looks like a bag or a balloon. Wait. Is it? Could it? Is it? What the? Hey, Johnny! Hello, mate. Did you get a bottle of water with your UFO? It's an Andrew Buckley UFO report over in the Grangebury, over by the Thames River. Hey, where's the UFO? No, I mean, I thought we were going to see the crop circle being formed. And where's the volume? Nothing? Nothing. It's a good video, this one, though. Because you got the paper balloon bags. See, there they are. Right? Look at them. Just hoovering down in the wind. Because, you know, it never is windy over in that part of the world. And they never see rain either. That's why they grow crops over there called wheat. So dry and tasty. Look at that thing. Look at it. Oh, wait. What's it doing? Oh, did it stop? It's a good UFO sighting. You have to admit. You don't have to admit it. Filmed by Andrew Buckley from the Buckley Manor over in Staffordshire. Oh, boop. It disappeared. Did it? Did it? Boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. You know what it looks like? It looks like it's going away and getting smaller and boop, and then it just booped out. I don't know. I really don't. Look at that crop circle, though. It's huge. There's a little one, right? And then this is, I guess, after it made the UFO or the crop circle. Look how big that is. Wasn't it something like 300 feet or 100 yards? That looks more than 100 yards, right? Oh, maybe it is. Yeah. Pretty cool. Although, there it is. Right there. It's a weird one. It's good sighting, though. I don't like that there's no sound, though. That to me is a telltale sign that it was faked. Oh, okay. Hey, let's take a look at some of the best. We left off here when I went to get something the other night, and I thought this was a really interesting video from Third Phase of Moon, so I'm going to continue where they left off. Watch.
actually picking up, and maybe for a reason, because
Remember we were talking about this, and they were saying it was like a fleet of UFOs that popped these holes into the clouds.
we're looking at is just very bizarre. The weather phenomenon and its activation, it seems like it has been activated, or somebody turned on the switch. I don't know. Something's up, but
Yeah, something's definitely up. It does seem like you just said, the activity, the hurricanes, everything seems to be intensifying around the planet. And again, I think these are going to be more common, especially these crown flashes, punch holes, the lightning, and just the whole phenomenon of weather. It produces itself. And when you're seeing it, you need to pull out the camera and film this. What kind of energy, like again, if you're up there, would you feel the impact of this kind of a bullwhip effect? I would imagine. So I'm sure it'd be tremendous. More UFO videos coming up. Now check this.
Hockey Chai! Market the Hockey Day! Recipe! $5 from Maki Chaki, Jar Jar Binks. Thank you, Jar Jar Binks. $5, and he says, don't tell Trump I donated to GUFON. We won't. But why? Trump loves GUFON. You'll understand. Don't worry about it. Hockey Day, Jar Jar Binks. Thank you, Jar Jar. Hey, that's right. I forgot to mention it. If you want to help support the most important ufology show there is in this world, it's this one. I'll tell you why. Yeah, you can have your interviews and I've got this whistleblower. Oh, I've got this storyteller. Oh, this person. Oh, and this person has on video, and we're always disappointed. Entertained. You want to be entertained. I get it. Why am I yelling? I don't know, man. I love doing interviews. Thank you, Jar Jar Binks. Mucho gusto, generoso. And yes, Metalhead, welcome to the show. The world changes mañana. We'll be there on RSA to watch it happen live from 10 to midnight-ish. It may start a little after. I may change it to 10:30, 11. We're going to watch the world go crazy. Well, it doesn't end till 5 a.m., right? Because you got a Hawaii who's 5 hours behind. No, 3 hours behind. So we got to wait till 3 a.m. And then we won't know anything for a few days. But what I saw out of the 70 million early voters, crazy, that Trump was losing by 1 vote. Yours. Get out there and vote tomorrow if you want that If you want him to win, you must vote. You must vote. All right? Hey, Magnolia, V12, welcome to the show. Dan Peters, FAP, John Smith, 808. Just another DJ runaway. Cabalion, what's up? All right. Serious now. It doesn't matter who gets in the presidency. Disclosure won't happen. I'm not sorry to tell you that. You know it. People who usually watch GUFON are smart. You guys know. Right? Right. It's true. It felt like there was something crawling on me. All right, let's get back to work. So these are weird anomalies. Now, the next thing that we're going to look at from third phase, I remember this. This is, they're doing last month, I think. Well, all right, let's look. I think these are lights from inside somebody's house, remember?
This one.
Let's see what they say. They're wrong. No, they didn't say anything. See the joke? All right, good. if the guys say these are real UFOs, that's not going to be good for business.
All right, this video has been making the rounds on the internet. We wanted to share it with you. Basically, people are stating that this is a fleet of UFOs. I count like maybe almost a dozen. Just these bright illuminated discs just hovering there like it's an invasion. I'm looking at this a little closer. Obviously, if you see this, you might think that there is something strange. And I want to get your thoughts in this live premiere, what you guys think it is. Brent, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, there's two things that catch me, and one thing, you can hear the audio in the background. In my opinion, this person isn't on a hillside. I think they're in a hotel room and they're shooting through this glass, and you can hear the hollowness of when the woman talks. She's compartmentalized within a chamber, and I think she's filming something, and she knows that it looks like UFOs, but you can see even the parallax of these bright disc-like objects. When she zooms in, things seem to move separately than these.
They did it. They got it right.
These objects being far off in the distance. Again, I'm thinking this, in my opinion, is something from within, and it's reflection of lights from within this compartment.
Yeah, looking from like a hotel balcony or hotel room, and you got the windows or the screen door windows closed, and there's these lights in a hallway behind you or in your room, and I guess, in my opinion, I think you're right, Brent. We're gonna have to roll this reflection. I'm not seeing indicators that these craft are off in a distance, because it does sound like it is in a hollow chamber. But hey, maybe we're wrong here. Maybe there is a fleet of UFOs, and we believe that there are skies around the world are filled with them. So
No. All right, let's get back to work. You are working. All right. Danny Sheehan, man, I don't think I played this when he talked about the Vatican. The Vatican's real reason for UFO intel. Why they're into UFOs and have that big telescope named Lucifer. Yeah, true story. Can't make it up. I could, but I didn't. Yeah, so, well, listen to what he thinks. Oh my God, really? This is that long? 12 minutes? Here we go.
Help out Carter with UFOs.
Yeah.
Was there any type of philosophical conversation about, like, well, wait a minute, what does this mean for our religion?
That was assumed to be responsible for the UFOs, and that went back to the provincials, and they agreed to have us write the letter. So we wrote the letter out of Jesuit headquarters to the Vatican, asking for access to the information about the UFOs in the Vatican archives.
What was that conversation like, though, with I forget his name, Father John Daly?
Father Bill Davis.
Bill Davis. Yeah,
Well,
not the golfer John Daly.
No, it's funny. Bill Davis was interesting. The Jesuits are interesting guys. I found.
I've heard.
They all have at least one PhD. It's a requirement, a condition precedent for being in the society. Many of them have more than one PhD, actually. So they have to go through the entire level of education. Scholars at the Vatican, diplomats primarily for the Vatican State. They're extraordinarily highly trained professionals, and they do a lot of the intelligence. The Vatican they have an intelligence history studies they need to do, so that the Jesuits perform this kind of service for the Vatican, for the Pope. They work directly under the Pope. They're not under the authority of the Vatican. I mean, most people don't realize that.
Really?
The Jesuit order is the only one that they're directly accountable to the Pope himself, directly.
So that
each of them.
But that feels like semantics, because that feels like the same thing.
No, it's different because there's two different structures. There's the structure in the Catholic Church where
Oh, come on.
then they have the assistant bishops, major cabinet, if you will.
Come on, get to the
for Pope.
point.
It's don't run parishes. They don't run parish churches. They're answered directly to the Pope. They're the doctors and they're the scientists and the scholars for the
Here we
most
go.
part. They run the universities, etc. And so that when I was asked to become general counsel for their American headquarters, I thought that was a worthy kind of post. I thought it was an extraordinarily interesting position to be in. You know, we had access then to the Jesuits in 43 different countries that were one of the 43 countries where all the Jesuits.
Oh my
are.
God.
He was the principal photographer for them prior to a member of the bar of the Southern District of New York. And so I was functioning as legal counsel in that office. So I got to formulate proposed policies with regard to all 15 of the major cabinet position offices, positions on defense policy, international policy, foreign policy, economic policy.
Wait, in the U.S. government?
In the U.S. government, yeah.
What do you mean you got to format policy for those?
For the Jesuit order, for what we would propose.
What you would want.
Yeah, what we would
Okay,
say.
got
We say was it this say here you're asking for $800 billion for military. We'd say that we don't believe that's a just position. That's way too much military emphasis. That you need to have more funds for PL 480, which is sharing excess agricultural products in the United States with people that are dying of starvation.
All right.
Which is part of what I was studying.
You had this conversation with
Father Davis.
Father Davis.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, go for it. Help out Carter with UFOs.
Yeah.
Was there any type of philosophical conversation about like, well, wait a minute, what does this mean for our religion?
Well, it was interesting. At that point, it was such an obvious, great position to be in. To be able to do that. I hadn't been asked yet, but I was shortly thereafter. I was asked by Dr. Marcia Smith to do a seminar for the top 50 scientists in SETI, which is the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, out of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena. And they asked if I would go and deliver a closed-door seminar for them.
Wow.
And then we began to have these intense discussions at Jesuit headquarters, saying, "Okay, you've got your undergraduate degree in American constitutional law and stuff, in history and political science from Harvard, and you got your law degree from Harvard Law School and in American constitutional law and foreign policy and stuff. But you've just started your PhD work on theology at the Divinity School. You haven't completed that yet, so we have to have some discussions about, if you're going to be asked to deliver a 3-hour seminar to the top 50 scientists at SETI, what are we going to be saying here theologically?
Yeah, and what evidence? Oh, that's right. It's all theories. Hence the word theological. Makes sense. It's all theories. Nobody knows anything. He spoke to the Vatican, and they still don't know anything. So Kurt Jongle yesterday. What's today? Monday, right? I didn't do a show yesterday. And Saturday was the members show. And I'm bringing this up now because I forgot. But during the show yesterday, or Saturday, during the members show, I came to the conclusion that Kurt Jongle may be lying about an experience he's claiming he had where a spirit somehow took control of his hands, his mind, and typed, "You think you're the one in control. Maybe the crazy ones aren't crazy." He describes the feeling of something else taking control of his hands and typing that. Have you guys heard about this story? Well, I didn't have time today to look into it. So I'm just going to play the clip that I played Saturday, and then I'll tell you again for this audience, because we had a very small member show on, 50 people, maybe? No, 12? Yeah, it was low. So I don't know how many people watched it now, but he's talking. Kurt Jongle has the show Theories of Everything. He had Elizondo on his show when he was, popular, and he gained a lot of popularity in the UFO community for getting big guests. Nice guy, but doesn't know the UFO, doesn't know it like he knows his math or anything else having to do with his studies of research. So, like, what I know in ufology is what he knows in math and science and stuff. So I feel he's always a little bit out of his element, doesn't ask the hard questions, even though he's had help. But the follow-ups, when you're just, freebasing, when you're freestyling your show and you don't have notes, it's very hard to know what to talk about when somebody brings something up if you're not into it. And that's kind of how he is in the UFO community. But he's such a nice guy. And then he had Gary Nolan on. So let me play this for you. Now, I could be wrong, but I looked at this. We talked about it probably for an hour on Poor People. And I've come to the conclusion, after initially believing what he was saying, to not believing what he said.
Well, I had some experience. I won't go into it here, and it's not a phenomenon. Well, maybe I don't think it's a phenomenon experience where I had to send myself to the hospital.
Oh, that's right. Listen to this, and I've never heard anything like this in my life.
Because I was typing, and then I wasn't typing, and something said to me, "Yeah, you thought you were the one that was in control," and it was using my fingers, whatever it was, and I was freaking the heck. And then it said, "Maybe the crazy ones aren't crazy," implying, that.
So that happened to you?
Yeah, and that,
even Gary's like, "So that happened to you?" Gary doesn't believe it. Matter of fact, everything he just said was pretty much a lie. I think he dreamed it, or imagined it, or saw it somewhere, or put a couple of stories together that he heard.
that was and I was.
But just listen to how he tells it, and then I'll play it through. He's speeding, he's blinking a lot. Everything about his body language is just really bad.
Maybe I don't think it's a phenomenon experience where I had to send myself to the hospital because I was typing, and then I wasn't typing, and something said to me, "Yeah, you thought you were the one that was in control," and it was using my fingers, whatever it was, and I was freaking the heck. And then it said, "Maybe the crazy ones aren't crazy," implying, that.
So that happened to you?
Yeah, and that was and I
Right there. So that happened to you, and as shit, Gary, why'd you ask me that hard question? Look at Gary. He's about to ask him. So that happened to you?
implying, that.
So that happened to you?
Look at him. The smirk. Yeah, he's like, yeah, right. Sure. And then here comes Speedy Gonzalez trying to come up with an answer.
Yeah, and that was
that was so bad. I'm sorry, Kurt. I hope I'm wrong.
I like, even talking about it now works me up a bit. So anyway, I called the hospital just to say, "You have to come get me because I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not."
He called the hospital and says, "I don't know what I'm going to do. My hands are typing." checks that I can't cash. Does any of this make sense? This is like Jesse Smollett. Juicy, right? Yeah, it was 2 a.m, negative 30 degrees, and you wanted to get sandwiches at Subway? What?
I like even talking about it now works me up a bit. So anyway, I called the hospital just to
You dial 911.
say
Nah, you don't call the hospital and go, hey, doc, you won't believe this.
you have to come get me because I don't
You have to come get me?
know what I'm going to do. I'm not suicidal in the least, but I don't know like why would I? And anyway,
He's all over.
I went downstairs. I remember the police came first, and I told the police officer, "I'm not going to try and grab your gun," which already freaks the
Guys, this is the weirdest behavior. As a former wannabe police officer, never would want to do that job as long as I live. But in my world, this guy, either he's making this all up or he's lying. I mean, because who calls a hospital and says, hey, I don't know what's going on. Hey, I'm not suicidal. Hey, the cops come in and go, I don't want to grab your gun. So the police were called. So tomorrow I'm going to ask for do a FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act, because same thing that happened to Grush when he had a mental breakdown, because the police were called, somebody was able to access that police report and talk about how David Grush had multiple personality, or whatever it was. He's autistic, or he was suicidal and all that. Do you hear all the similarities that are happening with his story, Kurt Jomungle's story? Doesn't it sort of sound like David Grush's, his mental breakdown? It's almost as if he's testing us. Like he's playing a game of, I'm going to lie to you because I hope this is a test. And I hope I passed. Because if this isn't a test, Kurt, this is very odd behavior for somebody as intelligent and seemingly as stable as you. Everything you said is a red flag to me, and it should have been to the law enforcement. Let's see how this ends.
the police officer up, and I'm like,
Right.
But I don't know what I'm like. I'm extremely scared right now. So
Hold on. I'm extremely scared. I'm extremely scared. Scared. As in ASCARED. I'm scared. What are you, Rocky Balboa?
downstairs. I remember the police came first, and I told the police officer, I'm not going to try and grab your gun, which already freaks the police officer up. And I'm like,
Right.
But I don't know what I'm like. I'm extremely scared right now. So please just treat me calmly and nicely because I'm in a sensitive state right now. And then they just looked at me like, okay, all right.
They're looking at you like you're a pussy. Like, kind of fucking soy boy is this guy? Oh, hey, I'm not going to do anything. Dude, you weigh $135. They're not worried.
Let's just wait until the
Right.
ambulance gets here.
To the paramedics come.
Yeah, and since then, I almost never use the word crazy to refer to someone.
Yeah.
I think that that's a word of condescension, and it also automatically it also implies that one has that their frame is the correct frame, and then it also triggers me. I'm hypersensitive to this, to think about what the heck is reality. And for this line of work that I'm doing right now with Toe, that's all I do, and so I've had to actually stop studying consciousness for a little while because it was putting me into an extremely horrible state. And I think that anyone who thinks about consciousness or UFOs even, or the phenomena, and takes it seriously, that I don't know how they don't send themselves into a spiral of an unhealthy spiral.
Well, I think that's a real.
Wow. He doesn't understand how a researcher in ufology could not someday be unstable in their mental capacity. So in my 20 years, because Kurt Jongle had a nervous breakdown, I must have a nervous breakdown too. Sorry, Kurt. Your experience is strange, not paranormal. And I think you made it up. I think you fell asleep on your desk and you had this out-of-body experience, and I've had them. We all have. That's how we know you're bullshitting. Yeah, there's no way that happened. Everything he said doesn't make sense. First of all, I don't know of anybody. I've never heard a story. I've heard people call for their loved ones, but I've never heard of somebody who's going through a mental breakdown have the ability to actually think it through enough to call the hospital and say, hey, hospital, I'm not suicidal or anything. I'm going through this thing where something typed out, what it said. And can you send the police? Because I don't know what I'm going to do, he says. His words. And the paramedics. Okay. So there should have been there must be a police report. So I'm going to get that. I'm going to try. Can't get his doctor stuff and all that, but the police report should give us the information saying what state of mind he said he was in, everything that was told to him that night when Kurt Jongle called the police. This is just like Jesse Smollett. It's the same thing. Here's the facts. Sandwiches? No. He called basically the insane asylum people to come pick him up. I'm going crazy call. Nobody does that. Secondly, the police come and he says, oh, hey, hey, I see your gun over there. Don't worry about a thing. I know nothing about guns. I ain't going to touch it. I'm a soy boy. I don't even know is that a gun? Oh my God. Am I looking at it? Don't worry about it. I'm not going to shoot you. I mean, who says this stuff? So if there's no police report, he made the whole thing up. As a matter of fact, I bet you he made it up. It just doesn't seem right to me. It's wrong. Everything about that story is just silly. Doesn't make sense. And if you listen to the way he's talking, that's a liar. It's a lie.
Hospital because
Listen, I mean, he's jumping around. He sounds like a 5-year-old who got in trouble, right? Taking cookies out of the cookie jar when mommy was in the shower. Little Richie, what? Did you have any chocolate chip cookies from the cookie jar? What? No, I was watching in the TV room and the doorbell rang, but it was because the dog was barking and I was in the TV room that I couldn't get the cookie. And that's Kurt Jongle telling the story. That's exactly what it sounds like to me. He is scatterbrained. And he doesn't seem like he's breathing heavy. His pulse is going. It doesn't even seem to be glistening with sweat. Like he's reliving the experience. Like most of us would be reliving the experience, get a little flush. None of that happened with him. He just told this story and wants us to believe it. And I'm telling you, when you listen to it now, knowing what you know, seeing what you saw before, you might say to yourself, holy shit, this guy's making it up. Why? Why? Why would he make it up? Why? I'll tell you why. I called this the spaced out radio. I can't remember what I call it. But when Dave Scott first started doing his show, he didn't talk much at all about anything. Then I had this experience I brought up on my show where I told you guys about it. I'll be in your head before you wake up, and it's me, and then that story it went viral for us, but it wasn't viral, right? But it was really popular. Everybody loved the story. And then all of a sudden, Dave started having all these stories. He's seen Bigfoot twice, he had an alien message. He's psychic. He's a remote viewer. He does it all. He wound up being what I called the all-in-one radio guy because he appeals to everybody now. Where he didn't appeal to people before because he had no story. Oh my God, he found out that if he told people he had these experiences, people might take him more seriously. Kurt Jongle just did that. I think Kurt Jongle made up that story so people think he's one of us, an experiencer. I don't know, he says, if it's UFOs or aliens, something to that nature. I'm paraphrasing, but I don't know what happened. Oh, these electric hands. Nobody would call the police on themselves and say, hey, guess what? My hands was typing. Don't worry about it. I ain't going to take your gun or nothing. I mean, I don't have control over my hands. Oh, look. Oh, what are they doing? Oh, they're typing. Get out. I don't know what that means. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Unbelievable lies. All right, listen to the story, uncut, unedited for your pleasure, ladies.
Experience. I won't go into it here, and it's not a phenomenon. Well, maybe I don't think it's a phenomenon experience where I had to send myself to the hospital.
Just the way he does that. I had
to send myself to the hospital because I was typing and then I wasn't typing, and something said to me, yeah, you thought you were the one that was in control.
And something said to me. You see that? Something said to me. What? What was said to you? It almost sounds like my story. I'll be in your head before you wake up type of shit. Don't be taking, don't be stealing, don't be hacking, Jongle. We're on to you now.
That was in control, and it was using my fingers, whatever it was, and I was freaking the heck. And then it said, maybe the crazy ones aren't crazy.
Licking of the lips, looking for, hey, wow, so you experienced this? Look at Gary. Gary can't look more cartoonish, huh?
Implying, sorry, that.
So that happened to you?
Yeah, and that.
Totona masana makido, rona machana makido. Hey, you got me good. Hey, Fred.
Yeah, Ricky.
Gary Nolan wants to know, did I tell the truth to Lucy?
Nobody tells the truth to Lucy.
Why?
Like, even talking about it now works me up a bit. So anyway.
Oh, yeah, look at him. He's just sweating to the nothing.
The hospital just to say, you have to come get me because I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not suicidal in the least, but I don't know, like, why would I? And anyway, I went downstairs.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You're lying. That's what you mean. I am not, am I?
But I don't know, like, why would I? And
come here. It's all over GUFON for making fun of me.
Anyway, I went downstairs. I remembered the police came.
Anyway, I went downstairs. I got a gun. And, I was just playing around with it. You know, my hands can do anything they want. Don't worry, I'm not going to shoot you. I'm just using it as, a prop. A prop. It's not going to... It's a joke.
Came first, and I told the police officer, I'm not going to try and grab your gun, which already freaks the police officer out. But I'm like,
why? Why would it already freak? What does that mean? It already freaks the... No, it doesn't. He is thinking that people want to grab the cop's gun every time he walks around. That's what he's trying to say is, I know you already think that anyway. Listen.
I remember the police came first, and I told the police officer, I'm not going to try and grab your gun, which already freaks the police officer out. But I'm like,
which already freaks the police officer out. Oh, I see. That he said that. Yeah. So a cop walks in. Hi, are you Kurt? Hey, yeah, I am. By the way, I'm not going to try to grab your gun. I mean, I don't know what you heard, but my hands can do things without me knowing about it. What's the matter, Kurt? You look a little shaky. No, shaky? No, not me. I don't know why you would say that. Something wrong with your hands? No. I don't know why you would even assume that. There's nothing wrong with these hands. They're perfect. You just smacked yourself. I did? No, I wouldn't do that. I love myself. Yeah, that hurt. Oh, poor Kurt. Oh, why is he doing this? Why? He was the last good guy. Nope. They all succumb.
Which already freaks the police officer out. But I'm like,
Right.
But I don't know what I'm like. I'm extremely scared right now. So please just treat me calmly and nicely because I'm in a sensitive state right now.
Aw, he's a little soy. He is on the left. That's for damn sure. Aw, poor Kurt. He's so scared. He's scared of himself. By the way, I was supposed to be on his show 2 years ago. He never asked me on. Just so you know.
And then they just looked at me like, okay, all right, let's just wait until the
Right.
ambulance gets here.
To the paramedics come.
Yeah, and since then,
Even Gary's like, yeah, I used the story once too. I faked that I had experiences. We know, Kurt.
I almost never use the word crazy to refer to someone.
Yeah.
All right, we get it. Oh, wait, there's more?
I think that that's a word of condescension, and it also it also implies that one has that their frame is the correct frame, and then it also triggers me. I'm hypersensitive to this to think about what the heck is reality, and for this line of work that I'm doing right now with Toe, that's all I do, and so I've had to actually stop studying consciousness for a little while because it was putting me into an extremely horrible state, and
I wonder if he was in Utah, maybe Arizona. I wonder what horrible state. Alabama? No. Oh, poor Kurt. He's so sensitive. To be scared. No, I'm sorry. To be scared of your own shadow. Remember when I told the story when I was working out? And how I saw a woman's hand come over to help me. Looked like she wanted to help hold the weight up because I was losing, it was starting to fall. I wonder if he listened and got the idea from that. It's just really strange. The whole story doesn't make sense.
I think that anyone who thinks about consciousness or UFOs even, or the phenomena, and takes it seriously, that I don't know how they don't.
See, he said he put himself in a state that because he's thinking of what's reality. So he's probably researching the Matrix or multiple dimensions, time travel. He's thinking of it all, and then something happened and he starts, I don't know, maybe he had a brownie. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I smoked my brownie before every show. By the way, yeah, right here. Just in case Daddy needs a little, calm me down, make me feel good. It's weird. It's weird because the entire story just seems made up. And why? Well, I gave you the answer. My answer is he is looking to fit in. He probably feels like an outcast because every time he talks to somebody, he can't relate. So when you lie and make believe you can relate with a fake story, doesn't that make it twice as bad? Like now you have to remember the lie. So now you have to tell people, yeah, I had an experience where my hands were typing out words. And I bet you he'd forget the words because it's a lie. What were the words, Kurt? I'll be in your head before you wake up. That's my story. What's your story, Kurt? It's going to go like that one day for him. That's what happens when you lie, buckaroo.
Don't send themselves into a spiral of an unhealthy spiral.
Well, I think that's a really interesting.
What Kurt's saying is, hey, don't go and research and get pulled into a black hole. Because if you're sensitive like me, half a man, then you might start breaking down and imagining things are happening to you. Something like that. I'm not sorry. I think that's a weak-minded individual. If he's not on a hallucinogen, if he didn't smoke a brownie or eat a weed, or something, and what he's saying is, to me, the most non-logical series of events that I've heard in a long time. It is almost as bad as the Stan Romanek hoax alien in the window routine. But this one's verbal. It feels like that. I feel like I'm being blatantly lied to by somebody who said we could trust. I don't like it. Well, I don't have any evidence. I don't have any evidence he lied. The only evidence I have is what I'm showing you. I spent a lot of time on it just now again. I think it's important because this person is looked up to. People think he would never tell a lie. I say we just saw one. And I am going to, if he doesn't want to show the police report, then we'll have to do a FOIA request.
Point, because I have, again, some friends who get so deeply into this that they do. I worry sometimes if they're not just creating a mental world for themselves of true fantasy. And so sometimes just,
that's his warning to Kurt. He's telling Kurt right now that what I just heard you say, Kurt, was fantasy. Everything you just said was bullshit. He's telling Kurt without actually, I have a friend. Yeah, of course. Watch, listen.
that's a really interesting point because I have, again, some friends who get so deeply into this that they do. I worry sometimes if they're not just, creating a mental world for themselves of true fantasy. And so sometimes just get back out into the real world. And again, don't follow it down the rabbit hole because you can very easily, as you say, you can create the problem for yourself that is only going on in your head.
That is for the weak-minded, yeah. But I say, if you're a strong-minded, regular dude, that you don't have to worry about putting product in your hair before your show, you can definitely handle anything paranormal. Anything. Unless Kurt Jongle is a very stressed out person, which I think he was trying to say. And remember what the expert scientists guys say? When you're stressed out, the mind can play tricks on you, make you see a Bigfoot instead of a bear. Remember? or see Mothman instead of a bug on the windshield. Right. No. Sorry. Not buying it. I don't know anybody who's ever been in a situation where they were with an animal and they got scared and saw the animal turn into a beast, or a beast just appear out of nowhere, or a dog turning into a beast, a rabid freaking Wolverine type of thing. You know, it's so lame. And I think that's why that excuse is used more than any other excuse, because it's never been proven. Not once has that been proven, where people will say, "You didn't see a Bigfoot, Mrs. Johnson. You just saw a bear. It stood up on two legs, and bears can do that for several minutes, actually." No, John, no. I know what I saw. He had a mouth, and he just had a... And Mrs. Johnson, no, you listen to me. I'm not buying that I saw something because I was emotional, just because I'm a woman. Is that why? I know what I saw. And I know it. Yeah, I'll tell you why. When I was 6, I saw the same fucking Bigfoot. Okay? And I wasn't doing anything that would make me emotional. You know, I was a 6-year-old kid. I was out playing with my dolly, and this thing came up behind me, and he looked right at me, and it was the same feeling I had just now. And it's real, and you're telling me it isn't. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Well, I appreciate the effort. And I don't buy that Mrs. Johnson, Mrs. Peterson, Mrs. Hawkeye, they saw Bigfoot. Now, have there been misidentifications of little bears standing on their little feet? Yeah. But I'm talking about the real close-ups where there's hey, Bill, come here for a second. You know, Mrs. Johnson seemed pretty believable, wouldn't you say? Oh, yeah. I tell you, sometimes these, you know, they live out here for a while, and I guess the brain starts to get going. Then how do you explain the footprints? Well, I don't know, but if you tell anybody about this, I'll crack you along the jaw. Don't you think we should figure it out? I mean, this could be real. Did you hear that? You say anything to the sergeant, I'll kill you myself. We'll be back tomorrow for part 2 of Bigfoot in the Woods with Mrs. Johnson, Mr. Peters, and the cops. That's how it goes. You better get it on photo, video, sketch it if you have to. Nobody's going to believe you. And you know what's funny about that? Same exact thing that happens in, well, our field, all of it, all of the paranormal. It's the personal experience. If you've had it yourself and you saw Bigfoot and you lived in that area where Mrs. Johnson saw it, you would believe her story. Absolutely. But because you didn't see it, you never had an experience with it, you're going to be skeptical, just like I am about it. I believe there's something out there. Yeah, I saw that. I was going to talk about, well, not really. I was just going to show a video about these skinwalkers. And it says, skinwalkers, yeah, what are they? And I remember I was going to put this video in the Skinwalker show last week. And then I realized why I didn't. Because every one of the skinwalkers that they showed in those videos was very explainable. You know, a snapping turtle or an upside down cat or an otter or whatever, an eel. There were just one explanation after another. And it's very frustrating because I still believe that there's something going on. I just don't think what we see on the internet is exactly it, obviously. Because if it was, it would be, we wouldn't say everything on the internet's fake, because everything on the internet's pretty much fake. I don't know any video that matches what I have seen on the wall in my house. I haven't seen it. It's kind of why I go to, well, that it's got to be fake. It doesn't look like what I saw. And I know other people feel the same way. You're right, Rich. You know, I was listening to the show. They email me. Same thing. You're right. Doesn't match up. Every now and then you get lucky and you figure this shit out. But I tell you one thing. No matter what happens tomorrow, no matter who you vote for, no matter who you think is going to do the better job for the country, know this. They're not going to bring disclosure. It ain't happening. I don't care what Trump said in the lovey-dovey world. It ain't happening. I don't care if Kamala said nothing about it, because what else does she say? Oh, the cackling whore. That's right. I'll say it again. Cackling whore. I don't like her. She is very, 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 I don't even want. She's racist, okay? You want me to say it? I'll say it. Kamala Harris is racist. Big time. Big time. Florida braces for potential. Are you ready for this? Storm Rafael near Tampa. Rain and thunderstorms. Expect 8 to 11 inches of rain Tuesday through Friday. Starting later tonight. It's already windy. It's been windy most of the day. I couldn't believe the wind. It was like Hurricane Milton was bringing back all those memories I had. I'll be all right. Anyway, yeah, we're getting our last poopah of the year. It's pretty real. It's definitely coming. 40 to 50% chance of what? Oh, come on. Wait. Prepare for heightened rainfall on Wednesday and Thursday with a 50 to 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, while the core of the storm is likely to stay offshore. Gusty winds up to 25 miles an hour may impact coastal areas like where I live. And then I look here and it says tomorrow, they literally say 4 inches of rain, but now it changed to partly sunny with a 20% chance of afternoon showers for Tampa. I'm just north. High near 87. It is so hot outside right now. It's like the summer. It's crazy. East winds gusting to 25 miles an hour. Wednesday, rain and thunderstorms are more likely with chances up to 70%. Highs around 86. Wind gusts up to 21. Up to 3 inches of rain. Another round of showers on Thursday with a 60% chance of rain. High near 83. Winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. A dog gives birth to puppies. When the vet sees them, he says, those aren't puppies. Can anybody guess what the dog gave birth to? Anybody? Well, I don't know. The story's not available anymore either. Hey, this just came in. Wow. Hey, no way. What? Diabetic fruit? David Wilcox, not Wilcock. Oh, you're right. Thank God you're alive. Thank you. Thank you for the $20. And also you reminded me we have 10 memberships to give away right now. Fuck, I can't believe I almost forgot. And I think, no. All right. So here we go. We're going to, hey, David, thank you very much for being a continuing supporter of GUFON and helping me remember. I can't believe I almost forgot to give those away. And tomorrow we'll be giving 10 away on Rich Saves America. All right, I'm waiting for it to catch up. It's got to go through a process here because I wasn't on the channel. Now it's cycling through all the names and messages. And Jeanette also gave some love and gave a nice little piece of support on PayPal as well. Thank you, Jeanette. Appreciate that. And a very, of course, continuing supporter of GUFON. Okay, here we go. Let's give some memberships away. Membership gifting, 5 at a time. Here we go. Now, it's random. I don't pick them. YouTube picks the memberships. And then you have a month. It doesn't renew. But if you want it to, you have the ability to renew whenever you want. If you want. Now, if you want. You don't have to. Not going to be twisting your arm or anything. All right, let's put on the music. And let's give away 10 memberships, shall we? All right, here we go with gifting 5 now. Here they go. The first membership gifted was Ashley Johnson was gifted a membership. Chris Helton was gifted a hey, welcome to the show was gifted a membership. Chicken Patty 13 was gifted a membership, and Tets was gifted a membership. We have 5 more to do. Here they are. There's number 1, Ashley. Chris Helton. Welcome to the show. Chicken Patty 13 and Tets. T-E-T-S. All right. We'll let those cycle through and we'll give away the other 5 memberships in 10 seconds. Those memberships, use wisely. Because if you abuse the memberships, you will have no fun. Okay, we're going to gift 5 more. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. The first membership of the second half, Crash and Burn Vern was gifted a membership. Catherine Jones was gifted a membership. Bernie Muro. Oh, no, sorry. Rusty Grunert was gifted a membership. Dynamo Hum was gifted a membership. And Sean Boyle was gifted a membership. I got to tell you, 8 out of 10 of those people I never heard of before, but thank you. I never heard of Dynamo or Sean Boyle. Catherine Jones, I think so, but Crash and Burn Vern? Nope. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you accepting those for what they are. Free. Use them and abuse them. Just make sure you use them fairly. That's it. Dynamo Hum. Isn't that nice? That's not fair. All right, that's it for tonight. I was going to play a video, but I've got two that I've was going to put up for the members, and was going to redo it and put them both together, but it would be like an hour and a half. But we'll see what we're going to do. But we'll be back tomorrow. Now, tomorrow there's going to be a GUFON show. Same time. And then at 10, Rich Saves America. I may change it to 10:30. We'll be going live for the... and we'll check in on it while we're doing the show here. Vote tomorrow. Just do it. Just vote. Make the right decision. I know it hurts for whoever it is you're going to vote for. Just do the right thing. Okay? Now, look, if Trump wins, things don't magically go back to normal in one day, although the border is going to be shut down officially again after one day. Going to open up that pipeline again and get those jobs back to the people who lost them 4 years ago. But also some other things, you know, bop. It'll take a year, 6 months by the time we start to see some things, maybe in the grocery store, but that's going to take a few years. I don't think Trump can do much about it. It's got to play out. So you just can't automatically switch things around to make the inflation go away. There was so much money printed up. It's ridiculous. 10 years. Everything should be going up another 6 years. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, same channel, same bat, crazy shit. That's right. I'm the crazy guy in ufology, the one who tells it like it is because, hey, why not? Why? What's wrong with the truth? Can't handle it? Who the president will be doesn't matter. You're not going to get disclosure. Got it? Got it? Good. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like tonight's show just like went by in a magic mirror. I don't even know who I am. But we still do truthology for ufology, and we do it for you, the people. Damn right. Damn right. You're goddamn right. All right. Hope you guys have a great night. I'm going to go watch football and cry. No, never. No soy boy. All right. Be good, everybody. All right. Take care. Don't forget. Vote smart. Samantha Morris, the cat, became a member. Yay! Thank you for renewing. A continuing supporter of GUFON for a long time. Thank you, Samantha Morris. The meow. Alien bless. See that flag back there? You know what to do. Let's make it great again. Please. AB. Alien bless. All right. I guess we're...
There's a weird thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over and why did it down treasured sites in Christianity?
There's a new evidence in this subject making proof for